Hello and welcome to SOVL Short and Stout Edition. SOVL is a fantasy warfare strategy game that pitches fantastical armies against one another. So you get your dwarves with their thick shields and sturdy armor, and then elves with their pointy ears and firing arrows, and wizards throwing fireballs and stuff like that. So as you've seen from the intro and the thumbnail, we'll be playing as the Dwarf Holds, specifically the Dwarf Foreman. And the theme of this run is going to be infantry, the slow, plodding, but iron-hard infantry of the dwarves, because we've played through the ranger captain with their gun units and the engineer with their artillery pieces, so we're going to be playing the hardest possible campaign now, the infantry run with our dwarf foreman as the centre. Infantry is the trickiest because you can't shoot down the enemy, so you don't have an advantage at range, and then with dwarven infantry, you're already slow as an infantryman, but then dwarven infantry in particular is dreadfully slow, the slowest thing practically in the game, so we can't really outposition or outmaneuver any enemies. We've got to be really clever with how we approach it. We're playing on the highest difficulty because, of course, we are wild and make it easy for ourselves, so that's how we'll be running it. Okay, come to our choice of units. So the Dwarf Foreman comes with units of Dwarf Warriors. So we're going to stick to the infantry theme. All three of those would count. And obviously, miners are at slightly higher hitting power than these two, but are slightly more vulnerable. I like the idea of thicker infantry, so I'll go with the veterans. They're slightly more elite versions of warriors, so there you go. You can see the regular ones and the veterans in the same army. And then there you go, for the third tier, we'll do even better. We'll go with Deep Guard, the even thicker armor, more elite dwarf infantry, so we get our full remit of slow but sturdy dwarves. Okay, so here's the campaign map. We're obviously going to be moving through left to right to try and get through and reach the Act 1 boss. We go through these stopping points. I won't explain the kind of nitty-gritty of the function of SOVL. You can see some of the older videos for that, but you'll kind of basically pick it up as we go along. It's very straightforward. There's our army. We have Aenas Stormax, the Deep Home Shield Biters, and the Mountain Home Shield Breakers. We have our infantry there. I'll probably rename them throughout the campaign just for some slightly more interesting units, but we'll leave them just as they are for now. So in terms of how we can do this, we probably want to take as many fights as possible. Reason being is that we need gold from the fights in order to buy new units and upgrade our guys. Dwarves are super reliant on upgrades because without them I don't have the speed or hitting power or any versatility of any kind, so I need a lot of cash. So the most amount of fights I can take is I can take 2 there, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1 being an elite. I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1 being elite. That's identical. 1, 2, and once I go up down here, I'm basically stuck in the path. I can't do anything else. So you can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so 6 is the maximum. So it's then a choice between, do you want the extra random event up here? So 2 random events or 1 random event and a rest. The rest would be nice because it's right after an elite, so a very difficult battle. So we get to heal our army. So I think this is nice. It gives me 3 fights in a row, so I get the best possible buy in the first armory here. Upgrade my guys as much as possible. I think I'm going to just play through as normal. I think that's sensible. Good. We'll go into that with the first battle. Roaming Brigands. Okay, we're immediately going to encounter one of the big problems we'll face throughout this campaign. Things shooting at us. We have no fast units to jump on them directly and none of our own ranged units to counteract them, so our only recourse is to slowly plod up the field until I cache them. Now ideally I would have the Deep Guard in front of the archers because they're the most durable unit I have at range. They can soak fire better than anyone, so yeah, you ideally. And I'll kind of stick you both over here and hope that the archers are sort of... The archers could be there or they could be there. 6 into these. It's impossible for me to tell in advance, so I'm just going to have to gamble and put them... We hope they're on that side. They're not great. Someone will eventually run onto them. Don't worry about that. So the archers are going to spring forward. We can see their ranges. They've got great range. I can see everything. So if I want to be a bit greedy, what I can try and do is at least move in such a way that I force them to come forward, so we can do a bit better damage. So they'll reach me and shoot me. I can't stop it. I think I immediately lose 2 dwarves to range fire. My turn. I'm going to distract this unit of swordsmen with my Deep Guard. So I'm going to use the opportunity to send both of these towards that annoying archer unit. Get out of the terrain because it slows you down. It halves your movement as you run through, so don't touch that unless you have to. With our speed, it's probably going to take at least 2-3 turns in order to reach those archers there. Using the X key and the C key to show movement ranges. Mine and theirs respectively. I Deep Guard would honestly win this fight pretty easily, but I'd sustain unnecessary casualties, so a feature of this campaign is going to be us taking fights that we can win and keeping our casualty count down. So otherwise we're going to waste a lot of time having to heal units over and over again. I don't think you can reach that this turn, I'm afraid. No, you have to wait to the next turn in order to hit them. Fine, there's not much I can do, just run over there. So next turn you'll flank them. You're going to move forward and shoot again, which is frustrating. I would like for them to stay in place because it makes it easy for you to get around the side, but I can't guarantee where they're going to wind up. I guess you should just stand there for a bit. I'm going to have you tank another volley. Okay, now they're obviously going to shoot me again, so just before they do, I'm going to use Shield Wall. It's one of the crucial abilities to get us through this one. The Dwarf Foreman can activate this ability once per battle, and then everyone in his unit gets to reroll their saves. So whenever the archers shoot at me, I would take a fatal wound and I get a chance to roll the dice again and save myself. They're going to shoot me, they get 5 hits, I get a 3-up save because I've got better defense relative to the power that's attacking me, so it's 3-up, but I get to reroll failures. So I lose 2, it's actually 1. There you go, spared me a guy. That allows you at last, you can rush up here and hit them in the side. Okay, that's the archers at last dealt with. And the rest of the army will be able to converge on these swordsmen in a moment. Charge into the flank of the archers. Charge. Smash. The veterans here, much stronger than archers in close combat, as you would suspect. You're going to start making your way towards that one to help the Deep Guard. Just inch. You can trick the AI by kind of just inching away from them, and they don't. If they were smart, they would move up here, but they only move fraction by fraction. Okay, melee combat. There's 10 of us. We get 1 attack each, so 10 attacks. I have better skill than the enemy, so I hit on 3+, so only a 1 or 2 fail. I do terribly, only get 4 hits. I've got better power of their defense, so they get 5s. They hit back twice, which is annoying. And they even do a wound. You actually lost the dwarf to archers. That's terrible. But they do break and run away. And I have the veterans stay with them because they're liable to rally, but then when they rally, they're rewarded by immediately getting rear charged by my unit of veterans, and you just kind of get away again. This unit will eventually get to its back. Something slightly more impressive this turn. Before they come, rush forward again. Next turn I think I can get there. Again, we get 9 attacks now because we've lost a veteran. We get more hits than we had less attacks last time. And because they've been hit in the back, they can't fight back at all. So even the 2 attacks. They roll double 1 for bravery though, so they're not running anywhere. Insane bravery archers. Again. Coming in, so you rush over here. I'd love for it to be... I don't think I can quite get the rear charge yet, but I have you here. What they might do if I'm lucky is they might turn around to face you. What I'll do is I'll move forward enough to get out the way and then turn around, such that next turn I might be able to get into there. One of these 2 units is eventually going to get to their rear arc. They can't stop me. And up over here, 9 attacks, even just hitting better and better each time. The archers are all dead. Do anything in return? Swordsmen are going to have to make a choice now. They choose to go that way, fine. Just run up there. That's the majority in the back, so that's a rear charge. And you just sort of stare at them. I think that we can trust the Deep Guard to handle this. So they've charged us, but the benefit of hitting something in either the flank or the rear is that it intercepts, so their charges get cancelled, so they're pinned in place. You've been outmaneuvered by a slow dwarven unit. Terrible work. In case they hold on, I can then put this unit straight into their back. So 10 attacks again. Again, I have better skill, and we're stronger, so we're base strength 4, and then we go up by 1 when we charge because the hand weapon. So yeah, bonus +1 power, so up to 5. So we're over their defense. So we're going to have good hits and good saves here. So yeah, decent hits. I'm going to get a 5 up, 4. Hopefully that's enough to break them in 1 turn and they run. It is excellent. You don't have to deal with them. All enemies are either dead or broken. We win. Now I'll show you why I'm playing it rather cagily, where I want to get through without taking too many casualties. At the end of a battle, you get a little bit of passive healing relative to how many injuries you took, and then you're given a choice between either resting your guys to heal them or taking gold. We want as much gold as possible to help strengthen our army, so that unit's going to have to heal because it just takes too much damage, so up to 11, and then these two are healthy enough such that I can take some cash. There you go. So now you can change your kind of unit's positioning if you want to squash them out, but you can only fight in 2 ranks. So ideally have them positioned in such a way that you get the maximum number of attacks. So like this is good, everyone gets all of their attacks here. Undead, right, slightly easier for us because we're not going to be shot a lot. There will be somewhere a hypermobile unit of hounds, and I would love the Dwarf Foreman and his Dwarf Warriors to take them on. I hope they're on that side. I'll just gamble. No, of course they are the wrong side. He can use his shield wall to effectively nullify them for a turn and just chin all of their damage, but they're deployed on the wrong side again. Before they come, well, because they've deployed so badly, I might actually be able to flummox the hounds here if I have these units starts to rush up here to catch them. Zombies and undead are generally very slow. They're reanimated, so -1 movement. But then I'm sturdy, so I also have -1 movement. By the exact same speed as a terribly slow undead unit. Get someone into the flank of the direwolves. They're fast and hard hitting, but they're very fragile, so if you get something into their back or side, you've got them beaten. I go first, well, just back off a touch in, just buy a bit of time. Okay, you've moved that way, which is very clever because it makes it basically impossible for me to get anyone around you. I'm just going to have to take them head on. I can do that, I can charge them, so I have a defense 5, they're power 4 up to power 5 on the charge, but I have masterwork armor, so whatever my save should be, improve it by 1. So equal power and defense means I get a 4-up save, but then the masterwork armor will give me a 3-up, which is great. I'd love for it to be in the flank, but there's basically no way I can do that. I guess I could try this, and even if I move I can barely escape their charge radius even if I wanted to, and if I did, it doesn't get me anything because I'm not going to be able to get around them, so whatever. I guess I could allow them to charge the veterans and run. No, veterans can't run, they're fearless, so even that doesn't work. Fine, just take them head on. Deep guard, do your best. Start coming around here to flank this. You ignore that. This will be dead in a second, at which point we can then round on one of these units. Oh, don't just get charges, that'd be a bit foolish. First, well, I don't really want to fight these yet, so I'm just going to back off to the best of my ability. You might not be able to get there. How slow you are. I'm going to wait for them to move first. Then you just come over here to make sure you aren't caught by anything. Chasing you, but you're okay. They did do that last, which is quite smart. So I'm going to have to hope I can get enough distance here to escape them. Oh, it's going to be close. I hope so. If failing that, I can just flee to make sure I don't get hit. Should I just take them head on? Just be safe? I'm defense 5, the power 4. I'll get a 3-up save, and I can use my shield wall, so I can basically just... Yeah, I'm going to have to hit them squarely. I'm not going to risk running around. We're dwarves, we're brave and strong. So the deep guard here, hit 5 times. Kill 3 of 5 of the dogs. The dogs hit back. Also hit 5 times. I get a 3-up save. I lose 1 deep guard. Fine, we can live with that. Dogs run away immediately. Skeleton warriors versus dwarf warriors. Our iron beats bone, as you're about to learn. So I can do this immediate shield wall, give myself my reroll saves, and extra tough lock ranks, as you see in the intro. Defend yourselves, dwarves. So I can get to the back of this unit. Can I get into its side with this one? Yes. So I can. There you go. One in the back, one on the side. Perfect. Over here, so our storm axe here hits 3 times. Brilliant. It's quite strong. Squashes a skeleton. And then the unit, still only skill 2. The 4 skeletons are not very potent in combat. They do hit very well though. 3-up save, so I lose 3, which is actually 1. If you pay close attention, the skulls will actually give away the reroll result before you actually see it, so you can kind of cheat the outcome there. No charge, but I can lock them in place by intercepting them and then flank them. there's nothing to do. We go straight to fighting again. Another 3 hits. Oh, he gets 3 this time. Very impressive. Another 6. Okay, the unit's gone. And we lose no more dwarves. Perfect outcome. Over here, because I flanked them, only 3 zombies get to fight my... Well, they're all quadruple 6 to save themselves. That's pretty good. I get a 2-up save, however, because my defense is 3 or more better than power. So only power 2 against defense 5. So only the roll of a 1 results in a casualty. Deep guard. Pummel a few more zombies. When undead units lose, they don't run away. They just lose 1 to 3 extra guys because zombies don't have morale. They can't be broken and convinced to leave. The last round here, though, we might as well move you over. There you go again. Yeah, still pretty good souls from them. No 1, thank you. And there's still a zombie left, but even if there wasn't, they would rout this turn anyway. Once you see routing this turn, the battle's over. But they're all dead. Or as dead as you can make a zombie. Returned to their grave. So just 1 or 2 dwarves. That's still healthy enough to be good. Okay, the veteran. We've got enough experience to start leveling guys now, so you get 1 per battle. So we've got 2 on the veterans. Okay, so dwarves have their special abilities here. You get to pick 1 of 3. Dwarves have these oaths, which gives them kind of specialist increases against certain targets. So reroll ranged and combat attacks against monsters. So if you're up against monsters, you can hit them more effectively. Extra discipline, which is awful, because discipline only comes up if you're losing fights, and you really don't want to be playing the game in such a way that you're losing fights. So unless there's... It kind of synergizes well with veterans, because they're fearless, so they don't care about penalties for losing combat. They suffer no negatives, so just being higher discipline means you're less likely to run away. But you're not trying to roll discipline checks, you're just trying to kill the enemy. So of those, we won't see monsters for quite a long while now. They're going to be later on, so I think we'd be better off going with skill. Going from 4 to 5 is nice, because all the skill 4 stuff we still have an advantage over. And the deep guard are also leveled. Also go from skill 4 to skill 5, no reason not to. Just generally good upgrades. And you're all healthy enough such that I'm going to do this. Take gold on everyone. Yeah, we're missing... Oh, how... It's not great for only OCD members watching, sorry. We've got some holes in our line. But at least they're all sort of symmetrical. They're all kind of together. Roaming brigands again. I don't know if they have an archer this time. I didn't see one in the picture, but I would assume so. So just sort of spread out a touch. It's the same thing. They have an archer there. But I got the deep guard on the right side this time, so I can chin them with tougher units. But they get no hits to start, which is hilarious. Good start. Okay, you're going to come forward. Can I get you to the safety of the woods, do you think, and then start running through there? It will slow me down terribly, which is a shame, but it might force him to move closer to me, which would be great. Obviously, we can't stay here because they can see you, so let's move the veterans out of the way as well. There you go. The archers can now draw a line of sight to nothing, so I can kind of force them toward me. That's very good. I don't think I can quite reach them this turn. I can just test this. So we have 7 movement, which is already bad, but then it's going to half my movement going to the woods. So no, I can't catch them yet. Oh, it's a shame. What if I just went straight at them? No, I'm shy. Slow dwarf is being slow. So I guess we'll just have to live with coming to here and getting them next turn. Oh, they've decided to come kill me with that unit. That's smart. Okay, I'll have to run the deep guard. I don't want to be flanked. So instead, you come around here to relieve them later. You rush this way. I didn't think they would aggro onto the deep guard there. I should have used one of these 2 units first. That would have drawn their attention. They're charging me. I have no interest in being charged. Just run. You can elect to flee if you have the option. Now I'm going to get shot again. Yeah, I lose a veteran. I rally because I have amazing discipline. You have to roll. That was almost as bad as you could roll, but I'm going to manage to rally. So you're going to keep chasing those swordsmen. Eventually you might get there and you're going to engage the archers instead. I think I can flee again. It won't take me off the field. Still there. So I have 1 more chance to catch them. Going to shoot me immediately. No damage because we're well-armoured dwarves. We rush up here into their back. Can't reach them yet, but just about next turn. Oh, they rolled the only result that wouldn't allow them to hold. They rolled double 6. Brilliant. 1 in 36 chance of failing a morale check, and they managed it. So you're going to get hit in the back now. I can't help you. You rolled really badly. Well, this is going to happen now, so I'm actually going to use Shield Wall immediately, because I won't need it in the fight. I'd rather use it for when they inevitably shoot me and then move into their kind of flank, I guess, to break them easily. They're going to shoot me, get 6 hits, but I get to reroll my saves because I use the Shield Wall. Doesn't help, so that was pointless. And the dwarves down here. Run. Help your brothers. So they're going to hurt me. I can't hide back. I get a 2-up save because I'm still better defense and masterwork armor, so they do practically nothing anyway. We eliminate the archers, and now that they're completely surrounded, you can easily break them in a turn. Should be easy. So again, just how many ones do you roll? None of them. Excellent work. 2 hits is dreadful, but you get 2 kills, and then the veterans could win. There you go. So I think if they break, which they do, when you surround an enemy and break their morale, they die. There's nowhere for them to run. They're cut down to a man. Hit 3 of 3 again. The foreman's really good at hitting things, which is going to be crucial because he's pretty pivotal to us having a chance in this run. There's another warrior. That's a shame. They break. Well done, dwarves. So again, just minor casualties here and there. Looks all symmetrical. Oh, great. I healed one and now it's not. Brilliant. The foreman is now enough XP to level. Wounds, discipline, or Oath of Vengeance. Reroll ranged and combat attacks against cavalry and chariots. That's, I guess, better than either of those two. So wounds only come up with characters if you wind up in a duel. And these dwarves are obviously pretty durable, so you don't really have to worry about that. So just a bit of damage output is nice. And then his accompanying warriors. Just take the skill. Because going from skill 3 to skill 4 is a big deal, because basically everything's at least skill 3, if not skill 4. So against enemy skill 3 stuff, you have an advantage, and the enemy skill 4 stuff no longer has an advantage against you. So it's a good increase. Do I heal? We're about to go into a shop. I'll have a good amount of gold. I could probably get away with taking gold on these two, but not that one, because even if I get 5, yeah, that gets us to exactly full size, which is worth it. 374, we immediately buy another unit of infantry, because that's the purpose of this run. It's also the discounted option, which is really lucky. Great. So we have another unit of veterans, and then I have upgrades. Dwarves love armor, so as we look at their abilities, they all come with sturdy. So -1 inherent movement, which isn't great, we're all slow as anything, but ignore the movement penalty from heavy armor. So normally when you slap on heavy armor, it slows you down, but dwarves aren't particularly fast. We'll just go up to defense 6 on everyone. Except I think the deep guard can't do it because they're too expensive. So we could spend a lot of gold just buying armor at this point. In fact, we could buy heavy armor on all of the non-deep guard units for 150, leaving me with what, 44? So that'd leave me with enough for... I can't buy the magic weapon for you, which is unfortunate. I could buy a banner of swiftness for the deep guard to get them moving a bit, which is nice. It means I can actually catch things. Am I willing to forfeit heavy armor on just one unit? That would leave me with... I'd spend 94, which allows me to buy a magic item and a banner. That's probably slightly more cost effective. I think that's how I do. In fact, I could go full on upgrading the deep guard, so give them Banner of Mist for resistance to shooting and Banner of Swiftness to get onto things and hit them. Yeah, I like that combo. So who doesn't want the armor is then the question. The warriors or the veterans? I'll probably give it to both the veterans because they're just better. I can use them more aggressively, and the dwarves is more of a distraction piece. So heavy armor for the veterans, and then we'll go relentless +1 attack because I need the Dwarf Foreman doing as much as possible as quickly as possible. Oh, I could only get one banner, fine. And then swiftness or miss, definitely swiftness. I need to get onto enemies quickly. Yeah, we're correcting our one flaw here, the lack of speed. So nice and fast dwarves now. The veterans spread out because you might as well get your max damage, and the warriors will do the same. Might as well do as much damage as possible. You lose some discipline from ranks. Obviously, if you had more ranks by doing this, you have 1 extra point of discipline, but if you just hit enemies enough to break them, what do you care? It's obviously slightly harder for you to flank a position when you're a longer unit, but we're sufficiently slow that it's going to be pretty hard anyway. We'll do that against Orc Raiders. Oh, we have anti-chariot on the Einhard here, so this might work. They're going first, that's fine. They're going to be faster than this anyway. That's you, both cavalry and chariot. So if I can get you into a, especially with your shield wall and defense 6 veterans now, you can be very doable. You stand in the middle and just distract things. There probably won't be archers with Orc Raiders, so just send him down the flank and hope for the best. That'll do. Well, there's a chariot on this side though, you're doomed, so maybe... How do I get it so I get you definitely onto the chariot? I can't really guarantee it. I don't even know if there is one. There'll be one in the picture, so I think there will be. Just hide there and see if there's easy... Oh, I knew it would be on that side. No, it's in the opposite direction of where I want you to be. Fine, we'll just wait for that to move and out-position it. Come up here. I'll use everything over on this side first before he moves. They're cleverly using that last. That's very smart of you. Just rush over this way. I'm straightforward and hasn't reached anything, interestingly. But if I'm lucky, he'll try and make his way around this way, which will then allow the deep guard to flank the chariot. So, flanking it is a massive deal with chariots because they benefit enormously from charging. So the power 4, the hand weapon will make them 5, the crushing charge will give another 2, so 6, 7, and then it'll give them 2 attacks. So you can be power 4 attacks 3 without the charge, or power 7 attacks 5 with it. They're the most reliant unit on the game of smashing into things, so let's try and deny them that if possible. This wood here is going to be a right pain in the neck, but I think they'll have to come this way around to see me anyway, and then maybe I can spring onto them the other way. Worth a try. As close as I can. So they came this way. I could flank them with that unit. And then it gives a question of what are you going to do is the problem. I can probably stall first by using you then. Let's have you just face the enemy in general. Good, I know where they are now. Can I get this unit of veterans into the side of that unit without being caught by the Orc Warriors here? Probably not. One of the downsides to having slow movement is that your charge cone is correspondingly also very bad. So no. What I will do instead then, I'm going to have you just fight and murder that smaller unit, because with shield wall and defense 6 we can do just fine. You do that for me. When I can, we don't care. You're going to hold the attention of the big block for a moment, because then I can flank it. Once this one is dead and gone, I can get around them. In fact, probably better if you come this way, because then I can flank it the other way next turn. And it does exactly what I was hoping for, so you should now be able to come up here, get into its side. So it can't see me, I can see it, so yeah, free flank on the enemy unit. Perfect. Extra speed of the deep guard coming into play there. We've flanked a chariot with the slowest infantry in the game. So they're going to inch forward. We can ignore them for a bit because you're going to deal with that. Let's use shield wall. Good bit of like initiative control. If you can use units locked in combat, that then forces the enemy to move, so you can see what they're doing. Shield wall. Forward he comes. I don't particularly want to fight you, so I'm going to assume that this is dead. They'll easily break and crush that, so what I'm going to do, have you rush forward. You can't be seen by that unit. Of course you can be seen by this one. However, once this unit's dead and gone, I should be able to hit them in the side, so we can double flank them and kill them. And then you don't want to fight brutes head on. They're the toughest thing the orcs have, so just back off and lure them into you. There we go. So 4 attacks now because of Relentless. All 4 hits. He's really good at that. Get 3 orcs. And the unit hits me. Whoa! 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 3, 1, 3, 3. Oh no! Why did I bother using shield wall? You didn't hit me a single time. Give me my ability back. So they lose by 5. Orcs have generally good stats, but not discipline. If you break them in combat, they will just run away. Over here, so 8 attacks, doing fine, and it's pretty tough, so I don't think we'll kill it in a turn, but it's not liable to do a whole lot back to us, as long as you don't roll a 1. Again, we've won combat with orcs, so unless they roll incredibly well, they don't tend to stick around. Go to the side there. Should I take that, or should I just ignore it? And putting this into the side is all well and good, but then it just gives them, they'll get 4 attacks into that one and 4 attacks into that one. If I'm defense 6, the power 4, I get a 3-up save. I mean, I might as well mitigate the amount of damage they do. I think you can break them on your own, because well, they're discipline 6, they'll have 7, 8, they'll be 10 effectively because of all of the ranks. I think the extra ranks are enough to convince me that I should do it, because they might hold on and start pummeling the one unit. In terms of ultimate casualties, getting rid of it in a single turn is better than letting it turn around and start hacking my 4 war veterans down. You come around, one of these two will eventually get behind this unit. That unit rallies, but if this unit's dead and gone, then you can just go straight into its back. Done. Okay, I need this Orc Warrior unit to disappear. Good hits, good wounds for my character. Good hits. Oh, they rolled incredibly well to save against these veterans, it's sad. Take no damage though, excellent start. This unit. Terrible roll again. Okay, so we took none, which is the crucial bit. And we got them, good. They charge, but we can intercept them, so that's that unit dealt with. And then you're facing a triple threat of warriors, veterans, and deep guard here. Sorry, brutes, but I don't fancy your chances. Because we're fast, we have 8 points of movement. It gets us a point extra, and then our cone is larger, so we can get all the way into the back with the guard and U-turn around. Done. Do I want to put these veterans into their side is the question. I'm undecided. I'll maybe take a casualty. 3 from the character, and then the unit picks up the spares. Very good. Do I trust 8 deep guard to defeat this? So they're power 5, defense 5. They're pretty tough. I'm only power 5 on the charge, so I have good skill for hits. So we could do some maths in your head. So you get 2/3 of the hits. So that's, if it was 9, it'd be 6. So like 5.666 hits on average. And then they get a 4-up save. So half of that will go through 2.888 wounds. They get no hits back. And then they'll be discipline 5. They should, on average, with average rolling being what it is, they should just break and run, which will spare you taking some damage. The thing is, I probably intend to heal this unit anyway, because I'm about to go into an elite battle after this one, and I would like everyone to be sort of full strength, give myself a little bit more might to deal with. So I think I'll just go with the safe approach, not have them turn around and kill my poor deep guard. Let's break them this turn. Worst case scenario is I take 1 or 2 from the 2 attacks they dish out, and then I can heal them to full strength at the end of this battle. Forward, just in case they hold on. Good hits from the veterans. Getting 3, justifying your presence. I don't even lose 1 in exchange, so it was a good decision. Yeah, they only did a single wound, so this might not have worked. They would have held. A single wound and 2 would have done it. And I don't think they would have been routing this turn because they would have taken less damage. That was absolutely the way to go. Bunch of XP, no levels. So the full health guys, of course, just take the cash. Dwarves love their gold. And then, right, we have veterans and deep guards to make a choice. Do I want the extra guys, or do I want the gold for the elite? How confident I can take this on. Well, remember, after the elite, there's a campsite, so I'm just going to heal up to get some nice healing on everyone anyway. It's a question of how much do I think I need to get through that battle. I think I'm going to try it with taking the gold. I don't think 2 extra guys in these units are going to make a massive difference. 16 gold is nice. Okay, cross fingers, I haven't made a bad choice. Wish me luck. It's Korgak, so more orcs we are. As the little, anyone knows where the introductory video comes from. This is very much dwarves fighting orcs this campaign run. So there'll be some annoying trolls on the flank, that's a bit worrying. Probably put the stronger units on the side then, because you can defeat things on the side, and then I can push through the middle with these. Just distract things in the centre. Yeah, we have boar riders and we have boar riders. Oh, no trolls. It's just pig cavalry. Pork cavalry, rather, orc carriers. So you can deal with that, obviously, because you use your shield. Problem is I'm not going to be able to charge them because they have such good move I can't counter. So I'm just going to have to wait in the middle, effectively. They're going to cleverly use their units first. That's pretty smart. You're just going to have to take it. Their power, denying that unit the charge would be such a big deal because it means they get a 2-up save rather than 3-up save, but there's just no way to outposition them. They're too quick in a massive open bit of terrain. I think they've basically got my number. What I could do to be cheeky is I could put you here, try and bait the orcs into charging you, flee, and then out-position them with the deep guard. It makes it very difficult for me to do anything about the Orc warriors, but I think it's worth a go. Okay, so you're obviously not going to be able to do that on this side. Just accept you're getting charged. You'll have to make do with your re-rolling saves before they come. So I'm hopeful, therefore, they charge you. And that'll put them like here. So let's just back off a touch and face that way. That should be enough such that when they get to there, I think I have enough movement to escape at least. I'm not that slow. I need enough movement to escape their charge arc, so it should be okay. It's going to be pretty close, but worst case scenario is I just, again, eat it head on, as well as you. So I'm a very slow... Dwarves with short legs, alright. We're not natural sprinters. I have to wait for them to do stuff first, so they're charged. I can flee, good. Maybe I can get you out of position. You just win that fight. I stay on the field, which is good. Yeah, they've given you the free win there. I'm going to immediately shield wall, because otherwise this is going to hurt. And we are, I think we're Oath Cavalry. Yep, so we got the right unit into the one we wanted. You're trying to move around here to stop me flanking them. The good news is you can't, because I can just move up to here. And I'm basically in their back arc already. Yeah, I've got them. And you can't see me to countercharge, so we've got them when I want them. Forward they come. You're going to be okay. Let's just rally first. Yeah, we're fine. I need to somehow... This will probably go my way, so I'm just going to have you stand here and distract for the time being. Wave your axes and shields around, clang them together, make a lot of noise. Here we go. So 3's hit because we're better skill, and we reroll because we're oathed. Okay, it made no difference. We hit them all anyway. But they have great saves because they're high. This is where we're going to struggle to hurt them. 3 sub saves. So even with their charge, we still have better defense because of the heavy armor. So 3 up saves, re-rolling for the shield wall. Okay, 3 is actually 1. Then you got away with it. Good hits, and then they have their own 3 up saves because they're tough. They're rolling really badly for saves though, which means they're probably going to run away. Yep, we got quite lucky there. They're on the field annoyingly, so I might have to chase after them. Here, you know I'm letting you recharge that unit. Where does this unit go is going to be the headache for me. Okay, it's positioned very badly. It's moving in a way that I don't have to be scared of it. So instead I'm just going to move you around. Further that way would be good. Just get out there, charge arc and face like this so you can do something but well. Just do this instead. Clear of them there, yes. They inch forward, which allows... I'm going to have to presume that this unit rallies. Chase after it. I'm not even going to be able to catch it this turn, so it's going to turn around and fight me again. I can't stop it. No, they flubbed it. Good. Okay, I got away with that. So in this case, I'll wait for you to break and kill that unit. Back off. And then you can come around here and help. They're off the field, which is very fortunate. Substandard hits, but then good damage because this is the one unit that's got a bit of strength in it. Those thick arms, and then they'll run off. Okay, that's their fast cavalry all dealt with. Now we can collapse 2 versus 1 on both of these. Okay, well you just want to be rear charged. One of you can go into the side, one of you into the back. There's nothing they can do to stop this unit, so we might as well have you come to here. You've chosen to fight those. That's not going to matter. Around there. There you go, so that's side and back. You could immediately charge that one in the side where you're so inclined. And I'm not going to be able to get... I'm better off just waiting until I can get a rear charge into this because... What they're going to do, they can't outposition all of us. Just come over here. I have a war chief in this one. Korgak is hiding in that unit, so... Need to be a bit respectful of them. Ideally, I'll throw our foreman into that unit to put a stop to it. Going up there, fine. I guess I can put you into the side. You into the back. Can I get to the side this turn is the question. No, I'm too slow. Just get to there and then you can sort of come forward and menace them. There we go. Oh, full width of warriors here. Doing great damage just because I have so many attacks. I'll only lose a maximum of 1. I don't. Yeah, we're also defense 6. And these do a bunch of damage. Great. 11 to 0. You're sort of in the way there, guys, but I'll allow it. I could rear charge it immediately. I'm happy to wait to see if it runs away of its own accord before I do so. Again, you're turning to face the unit I don't want you to turn to face. How very clever of you. Just get out of the way. And eventually you can turn around to go engage him properly. They're still running, so you'll move out the way again. You just want to... Well, I'll tell you what I can do. I can force them to turn around by putting the unit super close behind. And someone else can then just move into their side. Annoyingly, they're power 5, so even these guys save on 3 ups, not 2 ups. They're pretty tough. I'm going to run that the other way. Right. I'm expecting... I thought they'd go towards their own board edge. Yes, I could recharge, but I don't trust veterans to break that in a turn, so... Good, they did what I wanted. Into the back you go. They rally, so we'll have to have someone deal with that. Probably damage output-wise, 8 deep guard or 14 little dwarves. We have better skill each, so the hit roll is the same, 3 up. And then power 5 with that unit versus power 4 with this one, so a 4 up save or a 3 up save. Are you mathematically better having 6 more attacks or slightly better hitting power? If they turn around, you'd rather the deep guard be in their back, because then you can just ignore them. But I think we would prefer you to deal with this one for me. And I can put you into the side of this unit so I can rear and side charge them. You just get out of the way, you're not going to be able to participate. Can't get into that side here, you're too slow. Set them here. Do I want to send you in this turn or wait a turn? Oh, you could get it. You got all the way to the flank. Okay, good. Just double. That gives them more attacks though, so I'm not going to do that. We could gamble and hope I get lucky that I can just kill it this turn with these. They're fairly low discipline. I'll do decent, some damage. I'll get the rear charge. They'll break and run. I'm going to try it. Worst case scenario is they turn around to do a couple wounds to me, which I'm willing to live with. I'm going to go for the greedy approach. Dwarves and their greed. Well, in that case you want... Oh, he's got War Cry, which gives them more power on a turn in which they've been double rear charged, so they can't use it. That was smart. And you just stand where you are. We get 14 attacks, good hits, and then they get 4 up saves. Fine, I would have got 2 more. Well, if it was deep guard power, I would have got 2 more, but it would have been less attacks. So who knows what I would have rolled. Over here, good hits from the Foreman, 2 more, and then the unit gets did very well 3, and they're routing this turn. Good, that was the right decision. I think yeah, more often than not, they would probably be enough to break the unit, so you don't need to overcompensate. We lost a single veteran for the elite. I don't know why I was so nervous. And a bunch of levels, so the veterans leveled. Skill, reroll, ranged and combat takes also Oath of Vengeance against cavalry and chariots. We just really hate them. Or take skill. Maybe the gold actually. So these are just generally just good combat upgrades. We benefit from them largely, but if I'm quite healthy and not losing a lot of models, I might instead benefit a lot from taking looter over the course of the campaign. This would be the time to do so when we're early on. Yes, I think I will. Dwarves love their gold, so let's start collecting a good stash. Same principle, I've already got the skill 5. Reroll attacks against monsters. When monsters do start showing up, we're going to need some means of dealing with them. And currently we don't have any, so that would be great, but I'm willing to, again, we'll just gold for now, pick them up later. Deep guard here. Fine, I'll give you the monster one. There you go, we have an anti-monster unit, it's the deep guard. Health-wise, obviously we'll take the gold on your extra guys, you're full. Do you want them up to full strength? I think they're doing well enough as they are, so no. Max out the cash, and that was a correct decision because I forgot we're going to go straight into this anyway, so we'll go up to full manpower, dwarf power anyway. We don't need any healing, so camps are auto healing and then XP or a second round of healing. We're good, so just take XP. Foreman leveled again. Ooh, okay. Don't worry about discipline, it's a choice between these two. Extra attacks to go up to 5 each, that's really cool. Or recruiter, so when I go to a shop and buy a unit, I can immediately put a level on them. So SOVL rewards levels a lot. The increases in strength can be pretty good. Less so with dwarves. There are some factions that have some unbelievable strength upgrades. Dwarves are more subtle, so the oath things where you get to reroll against certain targets are obviously super powerful against those particular targets, but then with my slow speed I can't guarantee I'll ever get what I want when fighting certain things, so and then just +1 attack is universally useful for he's going to run around and hit things. I think I'm going to turn the Foreman into an absolute combat monster. I'm going to go with the attacks so that he can just help his one unit out as much as possible. And then the original warrior unit leveled, you can have even more of them. 14 is honestly good enough to get us through to this point, so I'll give you extra gold as well. Good, that's a good basis for which I can just, let's not worry about the gold increases anymore. I can just use that throughout the campaign. Now I'll focus on strength upgrades. We have a random event, so just the one of these in Act 1 to kind of show off. Circle of Power, interesting. Okay, so you get a spell, which is a bit of a shame because all of those are the bad ones. There were some much better ones available, so throw a fireball, shadow bow or thousand mouths, so just do some chip damage at range. Cool, my Dwarf Foreman just figured out how to throw fireballs around. Great, that gives us 290 to go into this shop. In which case we get to buy another unit of infantry. Yeah, it's the only thing I really want, so Deep Guard I can't buy, and the cannon isn't allowed in this run, so more Dwarf Warriors, thank you kindly. And then 88 gold with which to buy things. Again, we'd love the armor, but it costs me basically everything I've got. 88 would be enough for a Curse Standard and the Banner of Mist and the Deep Guard. So it gives them an extra attack and means I'm resilient to ranged fire. What else would you do? It would be very cool to have +1 hit rolls on this unit. Start upgrading, just spamming upgrades on the Foreman. Honestly, with 5 attacks he's got now, he could probably beat most things he's up against in Act 1, so not an immediate upgrade. Curse Standards are super valuable. We get +1 attack for 1 round of combat, so you can effectively guarantee you'll win that one. So I think I'll go with one of these, and then a 35-point magic banner, which is almost certainly going to be the Banner of Mist on something. Yeah, I think this is a no-brainer. And then 35, this one, because if with their Defense 5 Masterwork armor, they usually save on 2 up, and then you can make it harder for them to be shot. So use them as an intentional tank unit for dealing with enemy ranged output. Try and stick them in the way of archers. So, good. We have another accompanying unit of Dwarf Warriors. Welcome, Silver Defenders. Okay, and everything's still 2 across. We use that into the next battle. We also want to, as we go along, of course, we'd rather increase the number of dwarves so we can start upgrading unit sizes and give them a bit of depth and tank. For now, we'll make do with our 2 ranks. So, Goblin War parties, there's going to be trolls somewhere. I don't think we have an anti-monster. I don't know if they count as monsters, so maybe I can get lucky and counter the trolls on this side and just have the Deep Guard deal with it. Nothing else I can really offer. You guys, just the Foreman. Would you rather he be in the middle-ish or on the center? Don't really know. Smaller unit on the side to flank. Well, actually put the veterans there to help them out on this side, and then yeah, I'll have the Foreman smash up the middle here and just kill things. Trolls are in the dead center. Okay, well we got the archer unit where I wanted him, so it's going to be wasting its time trying to hit me here. So it only hits on 6s because I have the Banner of Mist and I get a 2-up save, so unless they have to roll a 6, then I have to roll a 1 to take a wound. So effectively there's only a 1 in 36 chance after all the rolling to actually take damage. Even with 8 movement, I can't reach it this turn, so let's just get up far enough such that I can reach it next turn. I'm trying to be a bit clever here. I'd like them to still be at long range, so they still hit on 6s, and then I can spring on them the turn after. I think that'll do. Hit 1. There, yeah, that's surely good enough to get there. Going to deny them what damage output I can. Which of you are... I think... Oh, you reroll cavalry. No, oath monsters. I had a reroll... No oath, so you're no oath on here. Your oath cavalry, the actual character. Oh no, I've misremembered. So no, the standard units don't have the oath upgrade. Just the character at this point. Fine, okay, so you're just gonna have to deal with the old-fashioned way. We are at least defense 6 or 5, so they can't really hurt us. They will do a bit of damage. Can I outposition units of Goblin Wolf Riders? I'm gonna be honest, no. They're too blasted quick, so we're just gonna have to deal with it. Just fight them. I'll take some healing after this battle. So I can't get there to charge, which is a shame because I'm only defense power 3. Maybe I'll spend the turn backing away, see if I can draw them into a better position. Maybe we can get there without being caught. Okay, you've run so far forward I can actually flank you with a dwarf unit. That was a terrible decision. Thank you, Goblin Wolf Riders. Okay, great. Why on earth would you position that way? I'm not going to stop you. I'd love for you to deal with the trolls because they're only... They go up to power 6 on the charge, which is annoying, so my 3-up save with defense 6 becomes a 4-up save, but I can re-roll it. They won't get quite close enough to catch me yet, so I'm just going to chill out for a turn. Get this way to give me a bit more wiggle room. Or do you want them to go around this way to help with this? Yeah, go on, why not? kind of stuck here in the middle anyway. They don't catch me, so you can just stand there and... Oh, I could throw a fireball at something. Not the trolls. The trolls are a bad choice because they regenerate. So unless you get lucky and the fireball kills a troll outright, you need to do all 3 wounds to kill off a model. If you do 1 or 2, they'll take the wounds, and then the next phase will happen. They'll just go up to... Or the next turn, rather, and they go up to full health again. So just the best thing to throw this at would probably be the Wolf Riders, because you might actually stand a chance of killing them. These are going to die when I get the deep guard to them anyway, so don't worry about that. Let's just throw a fireball at these. A 1, great start. Dwarves not known for their magic output, it seems. They're going to charge me, but they gave me an intercept. My champion. Get shot again. It's still 6s and then 1s. There you go, no damage. Ha ha ha. I'm just willing to wait. Maybe I can wait to see where these move so I know I'm safe to rush up here. Again, annoying scenario if they cheekily send you over to stop me. I guess I could get just far enough to see them and then twist so I can't be flanked. And then it would come down to who goes first to charge, me or them. Let's try and stall. Let's see if I can get someone else to reveal their positioning. I'll have you come around here as I planned. So, you're going to move first. That's perfectly reasonable. Will they see that unit? Ooh. Yeah, I think so. I'm just trying to... If I put my hand... I'm going to put my hand on... Okay, well, there you go. That gives it away. So they'll definitely be able to just about see me. So once this unit breaks and runs, they'll be able to see me to charge me, which is a shame. There's nothing I can do to stop it, really. Just didn't have the angle on them to draw them out any further. Is there any point in you being here? They're going to fight them anyway, so... I guess what I could do to be clever, if I have you come a bit forward, I could hope that they charge you, and then I can just flee, like, to safety. And they'll take the closest target, which is going to be them anyway. And because they're fearless, unfortunately, veterans can't even flee, so I'm stuck there fighting them. But I'll try it. I'll hedge my bets here. Maybe I can pull them into a bad position. Forward this come good. You're now definitely safe to come up here and kill the short bows. And forward you inch. Well, once these are dead and these are dead, I can then surround you, so I'm just going to wait for a turn. If I kill one with a fireball, maybe that'll shrink the unit enough such that they can't see me. Worth a try. 2. I just need 1 wound. Got it. Good. Now what happens? Hey, that worked. Look, they can't see them anymore. Well, we got lucky. Mute. Very fortunate. Just give up what I'm doing there is I'm hovering over the unit to see. Oh, we hit amazing. That's a good time to hit. That would do great damage. Can't even hit me back, and even they didn't have a 2-up save. -3 to stay in combat, probably not, and now they can't draw line of sight. Charge me, we've been blessed with an intercept there. Deal with this. Clunk, 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 clunk. Okay, they're coming across to kind of achieve nothing. Well, I guess you can start rushing up here. Around and get into that unit. And the trolls. Someone's eventually going to get into the rear arc of that unit. Not this second, though. I can't quite get there, so just turn to stall for a bit longer. They rally. Fine, we'll have to kill them the old-fashioned way. And then you. Well, let's do this. I'm going to have you use Curse Standard. Go up to 2 attacks each, so you can hack them as fast as possible. And have you hold their attention here. Move forward in case they turn around to fight those. I can have you intercept them. Here we go again. Good hits. Damage. Oh, they rolled a 1, so I did lose 1. Shame. Yeah, so we have 15 attacks now because it's 2 attacks for each of the guys in front, so 2 plus take 10, and then 1 for the guys at the back, so 15. And then better skill is 3s. Decent, and then they're only defense 2, so I'm 3 better than them. Did a bunch, but I'm defense 5, masterwork armor, so 2-up saves. They roll double 1, that's also a shame. Don't like the casualties I'm taking. Can't quite reach them to charge, so I'll have to see if they hold on. They turn and face me there. Am I going to have to assume that that unit rallies? They're only discipline 5, so more often than not they'd actually fail to do so. Can I get somebody around the back arc of that annoying unit. No, probably not. But frankly, 2 Wolf Riders could be basically ignored. I can just charge into them and kill them. They're going to do a tiny bit of damage. Who cares? All of them. Oh, I can't get there because I'm so blasted slow. Yeah, I could do it that way. I just have to angle it correctly. Now I can see them and charge them. Push forward again. I still want to wait and see if you move, so you can get to the back arc of this unit, I suppose. I hope. Is that majority back? No, it's not. It's the side. Shame. They do rally. Okay, you have to babysit that. They don't, so they're going to keep running. And now you have run out of time with which you can stall here, so just take controls on. You can use your shield wall when you go in and deflect most of their damage output. Happy for you to deal with this. Take that on. For those. What are you going to do? You're probably going to turn and face me, at which point I'm going to be forced to fight them head on, so you may as well take the flank while you have the chance. Oh, they're still on the field, so I have to deal with those. I thought they'd run off. They don't rally, so don't worry. Shield wall, please. There you go. We're only equal power and defense, but at least I'll have a re-rolled save. And you get over here to help with that. Now they disappear. I do lose a warrior here, but it's not going to matter. On this side, so 5 attacks now. 4 hits, and then decent power. 2 wounds. Goals hit 4 times. I get a 4 re-rollable save. So I take... Okay, mathematically I should have taken 1. Then I do win only just enough to win. But we do break them. Trolls also not great with morale once you get through their stats. These should run because they're just short bows. Yeah, can't roll a 0 and 2 dice. And then down here, depending on how this goes, they might hold on and turn around. Take no damage, which is a promising start. Ah, they broke. Haha. Not lucky. Okay, so yeah, minor dinks and scratches to each unit here, but we're fine otherwise. 9 is honestly good enough. I'm going to take the gold for those. And yeah, 13 and 14. I think I'm happy just to take gold on everyone because missing 1 guy from each of these units doesn't really change our combat viability, so down that path. That's probably a lot more gold than you get for, is it 10, 20, 30, 40, 58, 64. It's not, it's 66, give or take, so that's still a bit better, but almost doubling the flat sum of gold we get. Good. Exactly as we are into the Act 1 boss, which is Marius the Undying. I can tell from the image. There's going to be a slow trudging unit, or rather army, against another slow trudging army. Start undead dwarven bricks smashing into each other, slowly cutting each other apart. How do I want to do this? Right, put the deep guard on the side because they're the one unit that's maybe fast enough to flank. You can be here. I'm going to use you to distract anything that's on this side and draw their attention. That should hopefully allow these units enough time cut through and kill everything on this flank, so that everything here is dead, and then I can defeat and detail the enemy. So kill this half first, and then as this is drawn over here, wasting its time, I can then collapse on them. So okay, well the majority's on that side, but it still fundamentally works. So let's pass. They have no shooting, so I can just let them move towards me. I'd love for that. I would rather that hound unit have moved because then I can easily outposition it, but fine, we'll just rush up here for the moment. You're cleverly going with other units. I guess I could put a unit forward and flee it to draw it out of position. Okay, yeah, the skeleton's at the back. I can't do anything about that. Okay, that's... Okay, if you charge that, one of you will at least be able to get into their flank. We have some fireballs. I'm going to use it to start whittling down the White Lord and his skeleton unit because they're quite annoying. Hold a 1 again. We have some knights down there are going to be quite scary. But for now, just actually tell you what, do that and then turn around because it'll be easier for you to withdraw later. I'm going to throw the Foreman into the White Lord and see what happens. Okay, I have no charges. You're going to charge something. That unit, good. I can flee. Get you out of position and deal with you immediately. Easily dealt with now. Forward you come. I'll just pass again because I can't No need for me. You're going the wrong way, zombies. 8 points of movement probably lets me get to their back. Yes, it does. Rally here. Back in action. And you start rushing up this way. Just get around that side. So you're going to distract both of these units indefinitely by just doing this over and over again. You can stall a lot of the enemy strength by doing this. Oh, we got dangerously close. In fact, so close they might have reached me. And man, I just have to move forward and flank them. Fireball. Yeah, another 3. Just reducing the numbers here. I'm a bit scared. The White Lord might actually defeat Einar in a battle. It's probably one of the toughest characters because it has 4 attacks, defense 6, 3 wounds. And I think it has the ability where it regenerates all of its wounds. Or, yeah, regeneration, restore all of his lost wounds. So unless you do all 3, killing him in a turn, he will just get back up. So I've got to get quite lucky with my rolling here. I'm actually a bit worried for my poor foreman. Not taking those weapon upgrades may cost me. Do I want to use the curse standard now? No, definitely save it for better things later. You rush up this way because I think we're going to need help in this battle. You're going to get flanked by this one as well, which is extra painful. Do you want to shield wall now, or maybe I'm going to conserve it because I'm going to need it when this comes charging into me? Yeah, let's hold on to it for the second. This hasn't moved yet, so we're going to need to stall a bit until he goes. I guess up this way. Now I know where they both are. Hold both of the units in place again. Right, so the dogs here are gone. Start this side. Here we go. Okay, so we have equal skill annoyingly, so it's forced to hit. I don't hit enough, he's going to survive regardless, even if he takes both wounds. Because yeah, when characters do this, they get stuck in a duel, so we're actually hitting each other directly. It's the one time your individual stats matter. So he's hit me 3 times. I take 2 wounds. I'm 1 wound off death now. I'm nearly there. Not good. We do win against the unit though. Yeah, so they'll lose. They do crumble, but then the White Lord also reduces their crumbling by 1 as well. He's a great commander for this army. So we can flank here. You're going to get flanked. I can use shield wall this turn to hopefully keep you alive. That's why I saved it now. I'm definitely going to need it. Dogs are doing a rather smart thing. They're going around that way because there isn't really anything more they can do down here. Annoyingly good decision on their part. Just start coming around this way. You go up this way, so you can go flank that side. Oh no. Oh, I have a pass. Oh, I got lucky there. I thought I was going to be forced to move and engage this unit. No, we can just continue doing this. Definitely. Their last unit is the one that's technically locked in combat. Here we go again. I'm just hopeful you survive this turn, really. 2 hits, but you get a 3-up save re-rolling. Good, we're okay. We get through another turn. Okay, good damage to the units. That's 2 skeletons left. Skeletons hit back. I get a 2-up save re-rollable, so unless you roll double 1, you're fine. Here. Yeah, I think... Oh, I might have got... I think I got lucky there. Heal died because he gets overflowed killed from the wounds I put into the skeletons. And here I lose a single warrior. That's livable. Yes, that was that was the only way we're going to effectively get rid of him. That was quite lucky. The wounds you do onto the unit spill over to the character, and then the skeletons are much, much easier to wound than the White Lord. So he just ended up getting effectively killed by his own skeletons. Okay, me first. I'm going to try and get you up into the flank of this skeleton unit. It's probably going to take another turn, sadly. No, I'm there. I can flank them this turn. You aren't going to get around here to stop me yet, which is nice. You're going to come barreling around there, so I'm probably better off having you mosey up the side and turn. That skeleton warrior unit there moved. I'm not going to be able to avoid this, I don't think. Even with the charge, they're only power 4. I'm not a deep guard unit, so I don't have a 2-up save. I have a 3-up save. They might eventually get through me. Yeah, if I deny the charge, they're only power 3. I do get a 2-up save. But there's no way for me really to do that. I need to use this unit last because I don't want them to take on 10 skeleton knights. It's a bit too much of an ask. But like, yeah, I'm only defense 5 there. I need the extra heavy armor. So yeah, I'm just going to have to take a battle with these skeleton warriors. Sadly, they're fearless, they can't run, so I can't draw them out of position. I'm just stuck with them. So just stand there and get fought, I guess. Or can I just run away instead? Well, the risk of that is that you might end up getting flanked into this unit. Which again is defense 6, so I guess it's not the end of the world. You take a lot of damage for no reason. Would you rather this unit get hit again in the flank and then be supported by this one, or take this one head on? I think I'd rather it be just go into that unit, because the character, 1 wound left on the foreman, yes, but he can't, there's no enemy character left, so he can't be fought by anyone anymore. Is that side or front? Oh, it's going to be jolly close if they get that charge off or not. Oh, and then sadly, because they've lost a unit, I'm now forced to move first, so they are going to get me here. Okay. That's rather not good. I'll probably have to flee you instead and just try and buy a bit of time that way. In that case, I might as well just... Even after I flee, what's going to happen is they're just going to turn and hit and kill me regardless, so I think we'd be better off just accepting our fate here. Charging is irrelevant because we got power 3 to power 5 and then... Oh, they spared you. Okay. No, they didn't like the look of the dwarves. They're too mean looking. This unit, we have a 2-up save, so don't roll double 1, please. You do win, so they'll start crumbling. Start. Usually roll less 1s. Anything that hurts you. Flank here to get us through that unit nice and quick. Yeah, it did unfortunately catch me inside. Can't stop it. Maybe if I lost 1 more, they wouldn't have had the angle on that charge. Possible. Right, well, they're going to try and get around the side here, but I might be able to just ignore them and do into the flank. Anyway. Yeah, I don't see what the benefit of that is. If I kill this unit, which I suspect I will, they're going to get immediately hit by the Dwarves. The zombies might have something to say about it, though, is the problem. You just run up here to help. Yeah, they got there. That's a shame. I guess if they're going to ignore you, you can just run away. They might have enough movement to come around and catch you anyway, so just sort of stand there and see what they do. Yeah, they could have easily just moved around and caught me. There was a momentary postponement. The battle is happening. Here's another 2 to rolling double 1. Please stop. Unit at least will be probably gone when it crumbles. We have a 3-up save because they charged us. That unit's gone. That's a good start. Starting to crumble that one now. You could get into there. That seems like a no-brainer. Sadly, you aren't going to be able to intercept because that unit's going to intercept you. Look, I'll show you. Nothing I can do about it. Yeah, they get intercepted. I guess you have to kill that, and you have to kill this. That's my entire army engaged. So I'm hopeful that you can get through this quickly so you can come over here and chew through these. Do I want to standard this turn? Again, there's lots of skeleton and zombies to kill, so I'm going to be greedy and hold on to it to help me fight through these more effectively. Foreman again is just alive and it's just going to constantly dish out damage. Oh, don't roll too many 1s. But we will win and crumble them again. With my 2-up saves, I think I can just out-attrition the zombies and skeletons. Here, can you get them in a turn? Oh, there's 1 left. Take no damage, that's a really good outcome. Okay, you're stuck with the 1 guy. Fine, everyone stay where you are. This is going to be painful because I'm... Oh, they're only power 2. Oh, that's really lucky. So even my unarmoured dwarves are... Well, unarmoured as a dwarf can be. We still get a 2-up save. And we take no damage. Yeah, we even won combat because we did 2 back. Good flank there, zombies. Zombies are obviously quite numerous, but they're in the running for the worst unit in the game. This is not great. Yeah, we're just going to probably lose this. Nice damage, but then I get a 3-up save. Yeah, I can't even crumble them. We even break immediately. That's bad news. Don't roll. It's 11 on break test, so you're going to get killed by this unit now. Can't do anything. You just have to sacrifice that Dwarf Warrior unit to kill all of these quickly. Please, guys, go quickly. Oh, don't roll double 6 and a 5. No damage back at least this turn. Okay, they're still there. We have to spend another turn fighting this one. The hound's certainly dead. And you get no damage because 2-up save. Do a bunch more zombies. I like the Dwarf Warriors would prevail against the zombies eventually. And they're one scary unit here, just butchering my poor warriors. I'd actually prefer you just run off the field. Yeah, just conserve your casualties, because the guys who make it off the field don't actually die, you're fine. Although, it's one turn too early because we're all stuck here, he can now move up here and rear charge something. If it's that unit, I can't save them. If it's one of these two, I might be able to flee them to safety. Well, no, they're both veterans, so they can't run away. Oh, how irritating. Now, here he comes. So one of you two are going to get rear charged and killed. I can't save you. If it's that unit, so come over here and use your curse standard to instantly kill the zombies. You're one turn too slow to get through this. Oh, there was a bug skeleton in the unit I didn't see. Yeah, they're all dead. This is academic. Here, we still don't lose a Dwarf Warrior because we can't roll a 1. Silver Defenders, they're absolute units there. Well done. Okay, who are you charging, knights? Them. The one I wouldn't be able to run anything, but I guess I could throw you in, use curse standard so I win the... Technically I win the battle by attrition. How do I deal with you now? Well, one of you can get into the back of their unit by doing this. Use curse standard, and then I could flank them with these. Is there any point? I guess all of their attacks would be going forward anyway if this unit is even still there. So I could put them into the side. Zombies gnawing at the warriors again. I do at last lose some. I would still... Well, it would be a draw actually without any of the help. Curse standard kicking in. Get 6 more of them. Should allow me to win combat res. Oh, wow. Even the skeleton warriors at the back. Knights don't do anything. Zombies are gone. Good start. And then this unit loses 2 more wounds. I can't believe how well the silver defenders have done for us. That's very impressive. So rear charge, flank charge, just slaughter them. Oh, got them. Lots of wounds. It was basically inevitable. I can't position around them. I'm going to have to fight head on. But you could do a bit of clever stuff like with the... Oh, I get reroll cavalry. Like with the dogs. 3-up save. Done no damage yet. This is not good. There you go, 1 wound. I'm going to win because of the flanks, which is nice. So at least they crumble. Although ideally, if they took a little bit more damage, they would have routed that turn. I wouldn't have to play another one and lose more warriors. Too long. Skip. You can press the spacebar button to just hammer through these and skip through. Okay, Foreman again. Gets 2 wounds. I lose another 2 warriors because of the extra battle that we didn't need to fight. Now they're routing, so it doesn't matter if the knights are still here. We badly need units that can deal with... We're going to need to deal with monsters somehow, and we're going to need to deal with cavalry more effective somehow, because this is taking too long. We get 4 levels, which is nice. We immediately increase everyone's strength. So the veterans. Skill size, all gold. No more gold, thanks. I just need increases. I'm not really going to get to the size. I guess I could take that now and just spam them up for their size to get some 15 and just make better use of it. And then this unit leveled. Yeah, well, ranged units, it's still better than any of these, so just take the ranged units. Warriors, size or against monsters. I think I prefer the size first. Then I can go back and pick up the monsters later. And then deep guard. Okay, they can't get any good ones. You can just take the gold for now. Well, if I take replenishment, when I start taking casualties, when I make the unit bigger, I can replenish more effectively. So it's long term for replenishment, or I can take gold now and generate quite a lot of gold over the campaign. I think the gold is better from a min-max standpoint because it will help you buy more units and upgrades and stuff, so let's go with that. So you're healthy enough, you take the increase, you take the increase, you take the increase, you take the gold. Good. Okay, we do still have a decent amount on us even if we're healing a bit into Act 2. So they will leave that there for now. So thank you very much for watching. There's our Dwarf infantry run. We can try and get through this. This is about as hard as SOVL gets because you don't have any tactical versatility and you can't outposition or outshoot the enemy, so you've just got to suck up the casualties, but it is doable. So if you're eager to stick around and see me fight through the much harder Act 2, please like and subscribe. It really helps out the channel and I do appreciate it. If you have any notes on what you'd like to see for other SOVL runs, if there's particular challenge runs or just some kooky stuff that you can think of, do let me know. Or if you just want to chat with me and others down in the comment section, that's great too. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.